I've got the seats together. So you see the green colour there, that's the putty I used, which was the AK green power. And you can see I added texture to the cushion by just using a blade and scoring it. Harnesses, instead of making my usual foil tape I use, I went through my, like probably just about every model, I keep all my photo etch frets from previous builds, and I was able to scrounge up some harnesses. They're not identical, but well, the bottom ones are, the seat cushions are, but the top ones aren't, but it really doesn't matter, and it's a better look than if I just did the foil tape. So there's a bit of Tomcat there and a bit of, what was the other one? A6 Intruder. And I didn't detail up the seats at all, but I did drill out there was ejection pin marks. I'll just use this with this diamond burr, so it's got real fine point, and I just punched into the ejection pins and then I just ground them out. This one I went a bit further with it. You're not really going to see much of that. These parts are very thick for what they are for the seat sides. How are you looking at? About 1 millimeter thick. The plastic's sort of on the soft side, so this, where these sorts of things come in handy, it's battery USB charged, and I have a Dremel, like a brand name Dremel, that is too fast and it melts the plastic. This one's got 3 speeds. The highest speed will melt this plastic, this Revell plastic, so I worked with the second one. And these I got it on eBay, I don't know, it was $30 or something. It comes with a heap of accessories. You get all the chuck piece parts, is about 4 or 5 different sizes, so you can use different size drill bits and your burrs and your grinding stones and all that, so they'll all fit and you just interchange. Same here, had ejection pin marks, I punched them out, and then in here that was plastic, so I again punched holes in it and then got in with my blade and scraped it all out. Same on this side, and some areas needed cleaning up. There was where the mold halves come together, you get a bit of flash, so I had to clean that up as well. So obviously not as good as resin seats, but you can't get, I don't think you can get resin seats for this kit. I suppose you could throw something else in there, but I've used the kit parts, done a bit to it, and it's better than what it was. Well, that's good enough for me. So I'm just about, all I can paint up the cockpit now. The headboards they'll have decals on them. So I was just going to paint them red, but no need. Those decals there for the headboard. The cockpit colour, what are they calling out for? So your tub is K, where's K? So Revell colours are, I don't jive with them, then odd coloured names, some of them. So it's tank grey matte. That means absolutely nothing to me, as in what that colour would be. But as I mentioned, there's heaps of pictures of this aircraft, which, like I said, surprised me. But there's heaps of close-ups of cockpits. You can get walk-arounds, which I'll be using for my riveting when I add rivets. So the pictures of the cockpit, it's light grey, like really light grey, so I'll just, you know, if you're a modeler and you've got greys, there's about 10,000 of them, so I'm just going to pick whatever that's in the ballpark. So I can paint that up, and then I can put my seats in. So I haven't tried this one yet. There we go. So even when it's not painted, you can see it's a bit better than what we had out of the box. Yeah, so and then I think pretty sure, I think there's a bit of detail, yeah, not much, but you can pull it apart now anyway. So in here I need to be painted too, because it looks like it's part of the interior of the walls. It's softly molded details on there. If you really wanted to go to town, you could probably sand that out and use some plastic card to make it sharper, like it's sort of, you can see how soft that is. Could be better, but I'm just, you know, really, again, when it's like that, you're not going to see it, so I'm just going to go with that. I don't want to, later on I might do my bench update and my competitions in was it August. I think I saw a message up from QMHE on Facebook yesterday. It's like 172 days, and I've still got a lot of models that I would like to build to enter, so I need to start working out and getting serious about what I want to do and hooking in and getting them done. But I digress. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to paint this up now, and once that's painted I should be able to put the cockpit tub in and glue the fuselage halves together. Plus, by the looks of it, I've got to put the oh no, you don't, you can go in after. That's right, I forgot. Then that you start off by gluing it together because it's a weird fit, but also I have to remember nose weight. So yeah, I'll paint this up and come back and have a look what that looks like. Alright, all painted up. So I did the inside, I went further than what is necessary. I will give that a wash, same as the cockpit tub, but as of yet I have not done that. Seats painted up, so I think the photo etch harness is a bit better than my normal foil. I've got to put those decals on the headrest yet. Cockpit tub, so I sprayed the grey, masked off, and sprayed in those panels NATO black, and I used, so I've got some Posca pens, they're 0.7mm tip. I use them to put in some of them button switches. I didn't go overboard and do them all, just some, just a bit of colour. A couple of handles I did red, but in reality they're all black, but it's such small scale, it just highlights that they're actually extended and they're three-dimensional, it's not just molded onto the base. And then I dry brushed. I try to keep it as subtle as possible, so it might be hard to show up. It'll show up better on these. And I just used natural steel, AK natural steel. So that is done. Like I said, just go have to do the wash, and then I can put it together and then install that section. Cool. So as for re-scribing, I'm not, so it might be a while before you see the next part, because this is something that's going to take a lot of time. I'm starting with the wing tip tanks on a curved surface, a bit more complex. At this stage I'm using this tape, I can't even remember what brand it is. It's a vinyl style tape. So I'm sanding back the actual raised panel on, and then wrapping. So I've done this, so I wrap the tape around, and then I was using, when the tape's there, I use a scriber and push it up against the tape and run it around. I went a bit skew-whiff on that one there by the looks of it, but like I said, I've never done a whole aircraft before, so it will be challenging. Not only some of the awkward curves and surfaces, but just patience. It's like, this is why I'm not sitting down and doing this in one go. It'll do my head in. So curves like that I'll do with the tape. I'll also use this one, the pin striping tape, which is a vinyl as well. It's conform, you can stretch it, so that'll help. And then I'll use the old, when I do wings and flat surfaces, I'll be able to use the Dymo tape, which is a nice thick tape. So on those sorts of surfaces I'll be using the P-scriber probably, but not with so much with this thin tape, because it's easier to skip and jump. And these sections, these little panels, so I've done that side already. So again, I sanded the back and matched near as I could the shape, the oblong circle. And I do have a pin vise with a needle, like a sewing needle, but that's quite a lot of effort to scribe with that. And looking through my toolbox, I found I bought these many years ago. I think they're all dental tools or something. I got them on eBay again, good old Fleabay. It's got a nice sharp tip, albeit a bit bent. And then I just held that down. These are good, but they're awkward. You got to make sure that you're nice and firm when you start scribing, or it'll slip. And then I don't know how many times I've done that doing re-scribing. So yeah, so that's going to be a huge job, but I'll get there eventually. I'm doing the panel lines, and then I need to look at the reference shots of the aircraft to see if there's riveting around those panels or not. The actual aircraft doesn't seem to have a lot of rivets, so I will look to see, to compare as I go along. Yeah, and I need to try and check these, if I can get some reference photos of this area, if it's actually raised rivets or recessed, because some areas might actually have raised rivets, so if that's the case I don't need to get rid of them. So it's going to be an old slow project. Like I said, I want to start hooking into projects I want to do for competition, so I need to get into them as well.